Gary, Northampton away this week, and we're speaking again after another brilliant weekend at Port Vale. You must be delighted with the current run of form.
Yeah, really happy. I think the team has shown the journey we've been on, really, from pre-season through a great start, difficult period, new players coming in January. You're seeing all that come together, the relationships in the team, the spirit in the team. I think we're showing now that, no matter what the score is, we're always in a game. We can come back. This team fights. The team, shows great quality. We have, not just 11 players that can contribute. We have finishers. We have a real squad that is all pulling in the right direction to win football matches. And we've got 2 games to go where we want to finish the season on a real high and make sure that we stay in that top half and potentially even higher.
One game you always refer to this season was Reading at home and the performance and how we played in that game. How would you compare the football we're playing now to perhaps the performance from that game and from that period at the start of the season?
Yeah, I think we're exceeding that. I think, that was the potential of this team early in the season when we had a fully fit squad. Demi was playing that game and, still a player that we miss massively. If we could add him into the team, it's even more quality. So the team has really evolved throughout the season through high and low moments. And now I think we're seeing a level of consistency, a level of understanding of what it takes to win football matches. And like I said, no matter how the game goes, we have the ability to adapt, to change, and to find ways to win games. And that is a massive strength. And since Boxing Day, our form, I don't know exactly where it is, but it's right up the top of this table, and it's not a small period of the season, it's half a season, and that shows where the team has come.
Interestingly, Scott put a post out on social media this week comparing the table on Christmas Day to the table last week, and the numbers were staggering. I don't think many teams in the league have probably gained as many points, other than perhaps those at the top, than we have in that period.
Why are you looking at the table back then, Scott? It's depressing.
Christmas Day, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, it shows our development, it shows our growth as a team. We were in a difficult moment just before Christmas, and the whole football club had to rally round, to get together. We had to find ways to bring new players into the club, and thanks to the board and the way that they work and how they try and give myself and the staff everything possible financially to make the team better. They managed to do that. We then had to recruit good players, good people. We then had to work on the training pitch, and this, we keep saying it a lot, process. This process has been going on since I've been in at the football club, and I think we've seen a lot of growth in different areas of the team. That has to continue. Just because we're doing well at the minute, there's still loads of areas we can get better. Saturday's first half was not good enough. The players knew that at half time, and they know that now, that we can't ever drop our level of intensity and competitiveness. If we do, at this level, we get punished. But now I think we have a resilience and a belief in what we're doing, that we can find ourselves coming back from any situation, and hopefully Saturday we don't have to. We can start the game better, but I just think that the growth of this club this season has been huge, and that has to continue the last 2 games and moving into next year as well.
Do you almost wish the season wasn't coming to an end, given the form we found ourselves in?
Yeah, no, it's been a long season, to be fair.
We all need a break, don't we?
It's been a very long season where, it does take it out of me, the staff. We put a lot of energy in every single day to give the players what they need. I'm sure the players are, needing the rest soon as well, but we've got 2 games where we have to squeeze everything we can out of each other and make sure that we get 2 positive results to finish at least in the top half and potentially even in the top 10.
On to Saturday's game then at Northampton. Another team who look to be finishing the season fairly strongly. They've won their last 3 at home without conceding, so we know it's going to be a tough game up at Sixfields.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. They're, one place above us, so that has. I always think that has a significance when you can go above the team you're playing against. But they've had an amazing season, first season back in League One for a while. They're a very good team. They beat us at home, so we know exactly what we're facing and how difficult a game it's going to be, and we have to be fully prepared for it if we want to win.
Something you referenced a couple of times in recent interviews is the ability to finish in the top half. Is that the target? We obviously know you had a points target that's been beaten. Is the target now to maintain and complete with a top half finish?
Yeah, I think so. I think when you are in the position we are on the table, then there's nothing to play for in terms of promotions, relegations. So the motivation has to be different. It has to be from within. I think what we want to be is a football team that's really respected at this level. I think from where we've came from to where we are shows the progress that we've made this season. But finishing 10th in this league, I think the highest ever finish for this football club is 8th. It just shows where we are as a football club and the history of the football club, that we are, doing things that has very rarely been done here. We want to smash through that ceiling as well. We want to progress next year and be even better. But I think that starts now by showing this season that at least a top half finish is what we're looking for, because it shows progress from last year from 15th, and it shows where we want to go next year as well.
The run of games that we've been on in the last few weeks, we've always seemed to be playing an opponent who needed something, whether that be at the top or at the bottom. This is the only game at the moment where neither team has anything to play for, if you like, in that respect. How much of a bearing do you think that will have on how the game pans out?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something we spoke about a lot on Saturday, and we've seen it first half. Port Vale were very up for the game, and when we're a little bit off it, then we can't win football matches. So our intensity and our approach to the game is very important. We have to make sure that's right. I don't know what Northampton will be like, but we have to make sure that we are ready for another difficult game. And if we are, and if we play like we did second half, then I'm sure we can go and win the game.
Just to wrap up on the game then, in terms of injuries and availability, similar position to last weekend?
Yeah, Sweens is still out with an ankle injury, but he's had a scan. It's not as bad as it could have been. Potentially could play next week. Vinny and Yannick will both miss out, but potentially could play next week. Jack still has a problem with his groin, but potentially could play next week. So yeah, we're pretty much where we were last week. Similar. Reece should be back in contention. And like I say, hopefully the lads are back next week and we have a fully fit squad. Sonny as well, still out, but progressing really well with his hamstring injury.